Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Bloom Outdoors. So today I am going to be going over with you one little issue I have been having with my cup holder and dash lights from F-150 LEDs. So when we go ahead and open the truck here, you will notice right there and also up in the cup holder here, the lights are not turning on. And so I know what's wrong with them, I'm pretty sure, at least this time. So one time I was driving at night, and next thing I know, they just shut off all of a sudden. I was like, that's weird. So I was like, something's gotta be wrong. I don't know what it is. So I've got all of the wiring and everything. It runs from the fuse panel down there, up under the carpet, and it cuts behind here, and you can see, ignore the phone charger, but you can see it cuts up here, and it runs up into the center console there, and there's kind of a bundle of wires. So I checked all the connections and everything in there, everything was good. So I kind of traced it back, I followed it along, make sure it was fine here, like no wires are cut. This is kind of a tight fit, so I was a little scared the wire might get cut here or something from this plastic piece, but that was fine. So I followed it back through. It's gonna be hard to see here, but right there you can see that shiny part. There is a ground there, so I thought, okay, maybe that came undone or something. That looked fine. So then I went ahead and I opened the fuse box, which is, or fuse panel cover, which is right behind here. And I haven't opened it yet, but I'm pretty sure I know what's wrong with it. So what happened, I installed this maybe 3 months ago or so, and I haven't had any issues with it at all up until about 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was, I think it was 2 weeks ago even, when this happened for the first time, and then it just happened again. We are going to fix it and hopefully have it be permanently fixed. So what ended up happening was I pulled this apart, and there's a little like connector in there, and that was taken apart. And apparently there was a fuse that went in there, and it fell out, and it went up underneath the carpet, and it fell like right here. So I ended up having to pull all this back, take off this door seal, and then pull this whole thing off, and basically get up in there and grab the fuse and then reconnect it. And it's just 3 notches of threading. And so I just twisted that back on, and then it was fine. It worked again. So it just literally came untwisted and the fuse fell out. So it stopped working again. I am assuming that is what the same problem is. The last time when I did it, it was nighttime and I was driving, so I pulled over and I fixed it just because it was annoying me. Because especially on this truck, there's no lighting anywhere around here, so it is super hard to see like the drinks you have or whatever it is you've got right here. Super hard to see stuff at night, especially when you've got dark tint. I got 5% on the side, and it's pretty dark in here at night. The lights are definitely helpful to me. Today I'm basically going to do what I did last time. I didn't film anything last time, but I'm going to be doing the same thing, taking this all apart. I'm kind of hoping it's the fuse that fell out, because if that's not what it is, then I'm not quite sure what it is. But I also hope it isn't the fuse, because it fell all the way down to here and it took me about 20 minutes to grab it out last time. But anyways, we'll just take this apart and we'll just see what it all looks like. Try and get some lights up in here for you guys to see, and we will just see what happened. If it is the fuse that fell out, I'm gonna put some tape around it and maybe a zip tie or two to make sure that that does not fall out again, because it's a total pain to reach down in there and get that fuse out and reinstall it. All right, here we go. Got my light here. Show you guys, you can see the wiring up there kind of run back up behind the carpet there, and it goes down, and then right there you can see where that ground is connected at, and then right back here, this is our little fuse panel cover thing. And just so you know, this is the passenger side that all this is on, and I do have an install video for all this, so make sure you guys go check it out if you want to know how to install this stuff. And like I said, I haven't had any issues with it until this is the second time of this happening, where I think it's just the fuse falls out and the lights just stop working. So I'd say when you install it, put some tape around it or do something to make sure that that threading on there isn't gonna like rattle and come untwisted, because it's a total pain to find that fuse once it's fallen down in here. So it's gonna be really hard. We're not gonna have any good camera angles and positions or anything, so just bear with me through this. We're gonna pop this guy off. Here's the cover. We'll get up in here. Here's what we're looking at. So this is the wiring for it. It comes right up to here. It goes into here. So it looks like both of our fuses are fine in this connection. and it was not one of these fuses. When you follow this wire back, I think it's like right here actually, and there's a little twisty thing, whatever you want to call it, with a fuse in it. So we're up in here. It looks like, so that thing right there is what was wrong last time. That came open and the fuse fell out, and it fell all the way down here. Because if you notice, I gotta kind of pull the carpet back and get it behind here. So we'll just handle this gently to ensure it is not gonna fall out. So here's our fuse. It looks like it's still connected, or it looks like it's just fine. Like, it doesn't look like it's burnt out or anything. I don't think it is. It looks fine to me. Let's go ahead here and reinstall this fuse so it just drops in there. And then this side is just gonna go in here like that. So what it was just like just now is it was just barely on like that. I went like that, just like a half twist, and it popped open. And as you can tell on there, there's a good 5 or 6 things of threading on there. So let's go ahead and we'll twist this back up, get this fuse put back in here. So I've got it as tight as it can be. I am going to grab some electrical tape, I think, and we're gonna electrical tape this thing up before this fuse decides to come out again. Everything should be fine. We should be totally good. I do not see any lights on up here, but there's no key in the truck, and door's been open long enough to where even the door light shut off. So I'm gonna grab the key real quick, make sure this stuff works, and then we'll tape it up, because I wanna make sure it works before I say we're done with it. So let me grab the key and we'll test it out. If you can kind of see over there, key's not in yet, but lights are off. I do not see anything turning on, but I guess the truck's not turned on. When I turn the headlights on, nothing's turning on. I'm trying to look down up under here at them too. Down up under here and up over there. So the truck's on auto right now. And the headlights are turned on because it's kind of dark in here. So that would mean that these should be turning on right now. Yeah, guys, I have no idea right now. This is super weird. None of the lights up under here are coming on. That light's not turned on. Everything in here is connected. I don't know, unless like one of these got pinched down too hard or something and broke the wire. But I don't think that should be the issue. Nothing's broken right there. Well, all that looks fine. I popped this open. I looked at all that wiring. Nothing was snapped or broken or anything. Maybe one of the fuses blew out. I don't know. So the way this is hooked up is it's hooked up with the interior lighting. So anytime like these lights come on, these should come on too. But that's very weird, because that would mean like if one of the fuses up here was blown out, they would both be blown out, I think, because I'm pretty sure they're hooked up together. I would think if one doesn't work, they should both not work, unless it's because of this fuse. So maybe I just looked at the fuse wrong. So this is gonna be super hard to tell, but basically I ended up taking this back apart here where that fuse was at, and I could not see this at all at first, but I did when I had to stare at this thing for a good 5 minutes to really notice it. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell on camera or not, but you look at this fuse and it looks fine at first. I thought it was fine at first, but I look at it and it's even hard to tell with like this light reflecting on it and stuff. I don't even know if you guys are gonna be able to tell here. Oh, right there you can tell. So look kind of at the top, like left, and you can see there's like a burnt out part of the fuse, like right under my thumb there. Right there, there's an opening, and you can see in there. I'm pretty sure that fuse is burned up somehow. I'm wondering if it isn't from last time when it fell out. I don't know, that's weird though. So like last time it was working fine, and then maybe when it fell out it got loose, and then it worked, and then next time it tried to turn on it just popped and didn't work. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure the issue is this fuse is blown out. Right there, you can see that fuse is burnt out. You can see the 2 dots on the side for where that metal line in there is burnt up. and basically it's melted on both sides of it. So that's the melted metal just turned into a ball there. So I guess what we're gonna have to do is get a new fuse somewhere and install it, and hopefully these lights will turn back on. So I guess we'll figure out where to get one of those at, and then I'll be back with you guys and hoping that this works. All right guys, so after a little while later, I have come to the conclusion that this is not gonna get fixed today. You guys will be updated here in just a minute on what happened, but for me, then it turns out the fuse is burnt out, and basically I ended up going to a couple stores to look for a new fuse, and I could not find this kind of fuse anywhere. I found like the fuses that went over here, but this kind of like circular fuse I could not find. So I ended up going on F-150 LEDs, and it turns out they have a 1-year warranty on all their products. So I ended up shooting them a message or email or whatever it was, and I basically told them, hey, this has fallen out once, so I put it back in, and this time I thought it was the same thing, but turns out it was burnt out. So I kind of just asked them if they could send me a replacement fuse. Today's Saturday, and it says that they won't be back until Monday. So, I mean, understandable, not gonna work on the weekend, so I don't blame them there. But I will end up letting you guys know what happens then, if they're gonna end up sending me a replacement fuse, or if they're just gonna say, no, screw you, or something like that. We'll see, but it says they have a 1-year warranty. I hope this is covered under their warranty, I guess. But we will end up seeing. If not, like if they aren't gonna send me one or cover it, then I guess I'm gonna have to order some online and replace it that way. Here we go. I have no idea what's gonna happen, but skip ahead, and here you guys go, so now you know what's gonna happen. All right guys, so here we are back again. It is actually a week later from that last clip you saw. What ended up happening was I ended up contacting F-150 LEDs. I told them my whole problem and situation about what was happening and how the fuse was burnt out, and they just basically asked me to send a picture of the fuse. So I sent them a picture of the burnout fuse, and they just said they thought it was really weird. They had no idea what had happened either. I have no idea why it burnt out or what really happened. They'd said they'd never seen that issue before, and I've never even seen or heard of the issue happening either. But they went ahead, and right here, they went ahead and sent me a new fuse and the holder thing for it. The fuse is inside of here, just as a nice little protector thing. It looks bad like that, but I accidentally pulled the one side out of there, so that's my bad. It did come properly put together, but I accidentally pulled it out. But it doesn't matter because we don't need this holder anyways. All we need is the fuse that is in there. So I've got the old fuse sitting and the little holder thing right there. But I went ahead and I took everything apart already. We've just got our old fuse holder thing right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, open that up. We're going to take the new fuse out of here, put it in here, and then I'm gonna put some electrical tape around there to make sure that that thing will never, or hopefully it won't ever open again and let that fuse rattle out. But before I do that, I forgot to mention also that I was on F-150 LED's website, and it did say that they have a 1-year warranty on all of their products. So I saw that, and that's why I went ahead and messaged them. I was gonna message them anyways, but I saw that they do have a 1-year warranty on all of their products. So if you guys are interested in anything on their website, they do have a 1-year warranty, and I haven't had, I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but truthful opinion, I will let you guys know. The cup holder lights and this dash light were hard to install. Personal opinion, for me, they were hard to install. You are going to need to glue the lights down, at least right here. Up here I didn't have to, but right there you're gonna need to glue them down. It is not as easy of an install as they say it is. The wiring part isn't bad, but around the cup holder and stuff, that was kind of difficult to do. It ended up taking me a long time because I installed them, and the install video's out, so if you guys want to go watch that, then I'll leave a link for it down in the description below. Man, sorry I'm breathing heavy, it's really hot and humid out. And I've also got their heads-up display up there. I have not really had any issues with that, I don't believe. I also have an install and review video for that, which I can leave links for that down in the description below. But no major issues with anything. And like I said, they said they've never had this issue before, so I'm not really sure what's going on with it. I don't know. They've got 1-year warranty on all their products. As a heads up to let you guys know if you are out shopping for any of their products. Here is our new fuse. Pull it out of here. Looks just fine. I think it's weird how when you look at it, you can see there's like 5 rows of threading. But when that fuse is in there and twists, you can only do maybe a full turn or about a turn and a half until that fuse is really tight in there. And then you can't do it anymore. So that might be part of the issue. Let's just get some electrical tape, put it around there, and we'll tuck it back up in here. We should hopefully be good to go. There we go. I would say that is probably good enough. We just got some electrical tape wrapped around the whole thing, so hopefully this thing will not decide to open up and come loose again while we're driving. Should just be able to tuck this back up under here again. Just kind of tuck it in this panel over here. Kind of do whatever with it, doesn't really matter too much. Just put it right there. And we can slap this back on. Just like that. And then we can go ahead and put our floor mat back in, and then we'll test it out, make sure this works just fine. All right, so now we're back over here on the driver's side of the truck. Went ahead, got the floor mat put back in. You guys probably can't see, got everything put away. We'll hit the unlock button. I guess that might not turn the lights on. I don't know. I don't know if it doesn't turn the lights on or they just don't turn on with the unlock. We'll go ahead and try and put the key in. We won't turn it on all the way, but just put the key in and see if they turn on that way. Moment of truth. I saw them blink for a minute. They turned on and flashed. Did they turn on and flash? I can see them. You guys can see them over there. I don't know what's going on with it. We're flashing. Running the ignition, just going like this. It looks like they're not now. They were just kind of turning on and flashing. Trying to turn the truck on. And it looks like the lights do not turn on. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the headlights are on. You can see them over there, but these lights do not turn on. You can see them. Well, I mean, I guess you can't see them because they're not turned on. Shut this off. It's really hot, so I had AC cranked up. But I don't know what was just happening there. As you could tell, they turned on there at first, and then as I was cycling the key through, you could see right over there, it was going like flash, flash, flash. I don't know what that was about. Not sure what the issue is here. Let's try and cycle the key again. Now it looks like nothing's happening. Maybe the fuse blew again? I don't know. I'm gonna open that back up down there and I guess we'll see if the fuse blew again. I don't know. Let's check this out, guys. I don't know what's going on with this, guys. I am as confused and lost as everyone else is here, but I'll go ahead, open this up, and see if this fuse is blown out or burnt, I guess. I'm assuming the fuse is blown. That is my first assumption. Let's check this thing out here. As you can tell right there, about 1/3 of the way from the left, there might be a little opening right there. It's blown right there, kind of 1/3 on the left, where you can see there's an opening, I believe, in it. That's what it looks like. It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Way in, right there, you can see it. You can see where it's kind of that darker spot. The whole line goes through there, and you can see the darker spot of where it blew. So I have no idea what's going on with this stuff, but something is screwed up here. I guess I'll try and contact F-150 LEDs again and get something figured out. I'm guessing something is wrong because the fuse has now blown twice for absolutely no reason when it was working just fine. So here we are. It's probably about 2 weeks or so. What happened was that fuse blew again. So I've now gone through 2 fuses on this whole kit. And so I emailed F-150 LEDs again and said, hey, my fuse blew again, So this time they just went ahead and they sent me 2 whole new kits. So those just got here yesterday. So we have got our cup holder ring kit and our dash kit, both in aqua again. And so here in a minute, I gotta wait for my brother to move his truck. Then I'll go ahead and pull my truck out. Go ahead, rip out the old set and get the new set put in. I know I've already done the whole install video, so I won't really explain much since this is just kind of a review or like the problems I've been having with it kind of thing. I'll skip basically all the long parts about it and everything. All right guys, here we go. So he just went ahead, moved his truck out, and so here is the uninstallation, I guess you could call it, of these lights. Super easy. It honestly took about 3 minutes. I just had to pop off this here again, just ripped all the lights out, took off this trim panel piece, just ripped that out, and then pulled it back all the way up under here, took out that ground screw and pulled it out of the fuse there. So super easy uninstallation. Honestly, now that we have the new ones here, I'm hoping the new installation of the new ones should be a lot quicker, especially because now this time we actually know what we're doing. So hopefully it won't take us like 2 or 3 hours like it did the first time. Hopefully it should take like 10 minutes. But anyways, I'm just gonna skip all that because you guys already know what's gonna happen if you've watched the original video, but I'll just let you know anyways. We're gonna get the lights, put them around here. We're gonna take that little Gorilla Glue, glue it down. It's gonna come up, all our wiring's gonna meet up here, and you're gonna have that extra light from the light up here is gonna cut down and run under here, and all the wiring will meet here, and then it'll run back up around here and under. It'll get grounded out and then plugged into the fuse little panel back over in there. And then I'm also going to, so you guys already know the little circle fuse thing. So this right here, I am gonna put some electrical tape around that so that this time we can ensure that nothing is gonna happen, that fuse isn't gonna fall out or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead, get all that done, and then I'll meet back with you guys and let you know how it's going. All right guys, quick little update here to show you what's going on. So I got my glue, I got all of that wiring for the lights here put around there. I had to use duct tape to put it down to kind of help hold it down so that there was some pressure on it, so hopefully that glue will dry and they stay on there. While I was letting that happen, I got all the wiring, ran back here, I got it all ran down with the fuse panel and everything, ran back around, got some zip ties up, let it run up to here, and then here we go again with our big loop of wires. Just let that hang right there. And we do have that wire installed right there. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot easy to do everything this time. I'd say in total it has taken me about 45 minutes so far. The hardest part is getting the glue and all this duct tape down because that glue I'm using is super greasy and oily and that duct tape didn't want to stick with it. So that was a pain. But in total it took me probably 45 minutes or so far. These are the old fuses for the lighting setup, so don't worry. Those will end up going in the trash along with the old whole setup and everything itself. So let me find my key here, and everything is wired up and we should be ready to go. The only thing is I have to peel off this tape. So once I pull off that duct tape, then I can just kind of snap this down all the way. It's pretty much snapped all the way right now because I put the duct tape, but that wasn't holding the best, so then I snapped it down all the way to apply more pressure. So I'll pull that back up, get that duct tape off, and then we should be good to go. So let me get these lights turned on. So I don't see anything on right now. I don't see anything turning on right now. I'm not quite sure if it's because it's not dark outside or what the issue is, but as of right now I see no lights coming on. Interesting. So I'm wondering if maybe that 10 amp fuse is broken or blown. The 10 amp fuse that goes into the truck that was pulled out of the original factory part of the truck, that could be the issue always. I'm not entirely sure though, but as you can see I do that, they stay the same, no lights come on. Maybe that 10 amp fuse is blown? I don't know guys. I have no idea guys, because with that 10 amp fuse I think it connects to all the lighting on the interior of the truck, and as you can tell, like, these lights are on, but I don't believe that these are on here. They're not. All this wiring and everything's hooked up right. I guess I can double check connections here, but everything should be totally fine. So I have no idea what the issue is here. I might just need to go buy a new 10 amp fuse for that original panel down there. I don't know. Alright guys, currently driving right now, but here is the issue pretty much. Like I said, none of these lights turned on. I'm out here driving right now, and I just tried to roll my window down, and here's what happens. There's no lights right here, and I cannot roll any window down or adjust my mirrors. This whole panel right here does not work. So I need to go ahead and eventually, once I get stopped here, try out the other ones, like go to the back and try the window button over there and stuff, because I'm wondering if it isn't that 10 amp fuse that ended up going out. So that's my highest thought right now, is it's that 10 amp fuse that ended up blowing out down there, that the 5 amp fuse for the lights plug into, and that 10 amp fuse must be what is connected to the windows to roll down or not, because I've been able to have control over all my radio settings, my AC, all that stuff, but the windows don't work. So either when I installed these mirrors, I plugged something in wrong, or it didn't plug in all the way, which could be option A for why it's not working, or it's that 10 amp fuse blew out. Very highly thinking that it is that 10 amp fuse that blew out, because it was just working, but I don't know what's going on, it's super weird, but just all of a sudden it just stopped working. So I don't know what the deal is with it. I'm really thinking it's got to be that 10 amp fuse. So I'm gonna go to the store right now, go pick up a 10 amp fuse, plug that back in, and hopefully my windows will now roll down and these lights will turn on. But I will keep you guys updated after I run over to AutoZone and pick up a fuse and get it installed in the parking lot there, because I kind of want my windows to roll down, because that's what I was gonna do. So I gotta blast this AC. So I'll run to the store here and I will keep you guys updated on what the deal is. Alright guys, awesome deal of what just happened. So I just ran into AutoZone, and as you guys can already see, the lights are lit up. So I ran into AutoZone here. I went and I grabbed some 10 amp fuses, still at AutoZone. And so what I did is I came over here, opened up that little fuse panel down there, and if you guys recall, there's that little connector where basically you pull out the 10 amp fuse that came with the truck, and there's an insert that goes in there with a 5 amp fuse, and then you plug in your factory 10 amp fuse as well. So the 5 amps power all your lights and everything. And as you can tell, I'm still letting this dry. So all that glue I put down and stuff, I'm still letting it dry with the tape. I'm gonna let it dry kind of overnight and stuff. But you can see down in here, the lights are turned on, thankfully. I'm really happy about that. Made my day because it was very rough. But anyways, we just got that working, and so what I did was I just pulled it out. I tried to pull the 10 amp fuse out. I brought a pair of pliers with, tried to pull it out, and as I pulled it out, the whole fuse totally broke. But I did notice though, when I was pulling the 10 amp fuse out of the old lighting kit and putting it into this new one, it did feel really hard and rough and kind of hard to stick in there. But so I did notice that this one was a lot easier to insert in there. So I'm positive the very first time when a fuse blew, it was because that thing came undone, like that hollow glass fuse, whatever you want to call it. Then that it fell out, like it rattled out, fell out, it broke. So I got a new one of those, and it still broke for some reason. So I'm thinking maybe something tripped it. So because that first one blew, it ended up tripping the 10 amp fuse as well. But as you can tell, my windows do now roll down and work, thankfully. So it had to be that 10 amp fuse, because like I said, I pulled it out and it was already broken. I don't know what would have happened there. I really have no idea. But anyways, thanks to F-150 LEDs for trying to help me out. They sent me a whole new glass fuse, and then after that still didn't end up working, they ended up sending me a whole new kit for here and here. And I don't know, something happened where it tripped the 10 amp fuse in the truck itself. So apparently what F-150's tapped into was the windows. We figured that out. But anyways, we have now got everything working. The only thing is I just need to wait for this glue to dry, so that way we can pull all this tape off and everything will be fine. But we now have our windows working and everything is good to go. I think that's pretty much a conclusion to this video. So there's my little issue, and that's how I got it fixed. So shout out to F-150 LEDs. Thanks for their support with the whole 1-year warranty and everything. I'm very happy they do that, or else I would have had to buy a whole new kit and I would have spent another $80 and still been upset because I would have kept having issues. The fuses at AutoZone, I think it was like $5.50 or something for however many fuses even come in here. Looks like maybe 5 fuses came in here, so about $1 a fuse. So we spent about $1 on that fuse, and then we got the whole new kit for free. But just shout out to F-150 LEDs. I want to say thanks to them for helping me out, and they had good customer support as well. I'd always email them on the weekend, and then first thing Monday morning when they got to the shop or whatever they did, check their email, then they emailed me right away. So thanks to them. But I think that is about it. If you guys have any other questions or want to know anything else, please drop a comment down below and let me know. But I think that's about it. So as always, thanks for watching another video of Bloom Outdoors. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.